Movies. Music. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the film that changed the landscape of American cinema and forever altered the course of human history. When Beavis and Butthead Do America arrives on Blu-ray for the first time ever today, December 7th, 2021. Widely praised as the end of civilization as we know it, Beavis and Butthead Do America follows the brainless pair as they set off on a nacho-fueled road trip to find their stolen TV and score with some hot chicks. Along the way, the metalhead morons become entangled with one nefarious character after another, eventually ending up stranded in the desert and hallucinating in a mind-altering sequence based on and including artwork by musician and artist Rob Zombie. Creator Mike Judge unleashed Beavis and Butthead on the big screen on December 20th, 1996. So yeah, let's get right into it. Beavis and Butthead Do America on Blu-ray for the first time ever. 25th anniversary. Man, that makes me feel old. Well, let's go ahead and start with the packaging. As you can see, it's your standard Blu-ray packaging. Nothing fancy about it, just your typical thin plastic packaging. We got a digital code inside, disc. No DVD version with it, just the Blu-ray. Picture quality is pretty good. I mean, it's 1080p, although back in 1996, it was hand-painted cell animation, just super old school style like that. And it was shot on film, so it is pretty grainy if you are not a fan of grain when it comes to modern movies or Blu-ray remasters. And the animation style itself is pretty crude, so that's just kind of what you expect with Beavis and Butthead, right? I don't know why you would expect anything better. So is it better than the DVD version that came out so many years ago? Sure, it's probably a little less pixelated. And if you're on one hand a Beavis and Butthead fan and on the other hand a movie collector, this is for you. Because let's face it, Beavis and Butthead is very polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. There really is no in between. And when I sat down and watched this movie, I was definitely transported back to my junior high and high school days and thought, yeah, this is really stupid, but it's supposed to be. There's a certain irreverent charm in how these two idiot characters basically travel all over the nation and go to monuments and national parks and hit all these tourist attractions that most people would relish and savor the moment and just soak it all in, right? But of course it's Beavis and Butthead, so they focus on the stupidest little things away from the Grand Canyon or Washington, D.C. Because the whole premise behind it is that their TV was stolen, right? So when they're at the dam and they're watching all the monitors in the control room and Butthead says something like, all these shows are all about water. It was just so stupid that I just had to laugh. I don't know, that line just got me for some reason. The audio is done in a 5.1 DTS HD master audio track. So during the few scenes where there actually is some action and triumphant music, like the intro dream sequence or when the Hoover Dam explodes, you know, it actually worked out my subwoofers pretty well. I mean, this did come out on the big screen. So if anything comes out in the theaters, obviously you would expect to have big sound to go with the big picture. So other than the action scenes, it's pretty much just them talking and being stupid. But for me, knowing Beavis and Butthead just from the television on MTV, it was actually kind of cool hearing such big sound when watching Beavis and Butthead. So yeah, it's not gonna totally wow you, but it's actually pretty cool that it is in even 5.1. Like I said, this particular copy is pretty bare bones. It's got some featurettes on it, like the big picture, talking about the making of. We're gonna score, talking about scoring the movie itself, interviewing the composer, the SmackDown, MTV News Celebrity Shorts, trailers and TV spots, and then also a commentary by Mike Judge and Yvette Kaplan. But when I did sit down to actually watch these featurettes, it does look like these were the same featurettes that came out when it first came out on DVD. So I don't think they've updated anything. I didn't find any extras that talked about looking back on Beavis and Butthead 25 years later or anything like that. So these are the same bonus features you've had for many, many years. But the movie itself is in HD, and it's in DTS 5.1 HD Master Audio. So anyway, like I said, if you are a Beavis and Butthead fan and simultaneously a movie collector, because this particular movie might be hard to find streaming anywhere, so you might as well own your own copy if you are a Beavis and Butthead fan, then today's the day where you can get your copy on Blu-ray.
And there you have it.
Thanks for joining me on this quick review of the 25th anniversary of Beavis and Butthead Do America on Blu-ray. Are you a fan of Beavis and Butthead? Maybe you can get it as a stocking stuffer this holiday season for a friend of yours that you know is a fan. As always, be kind to each other out there. Don't just watch TV and movies, experience them. And of course, always be listening.